And
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the 199th episode of Fuel for Success. Mike Hopkins, Matt Maddox, in some M states up north. Good to see everybody here this morning. And it's Tuesday. Man, I love Tuesdays. Absolutely love Tuesdays. Just like every Tuesday, we're going to be talking about life coaching and motivation. We're going to dive in a little bit to energy today because everybody needs energy. And I'm not talking about oil. I'm not talking about petroleum. I'm not even talking about electricity. But the energy.
we're not even talking about energy drinks either.
No,
Because at Fuel for
definitely not.
Success, we're as against energy drinks as much as we are against murder and abortion.
I'm not sure I'm quite that strong, but I'm close.
No, I'm that strong. I'm as strong against energy drinks as I am anything I've ever been against. Yes, sir. I believe energy drinks. In fact, I know they're destroying people's health. I don't just think, I know.
I agree that they are no good.
Oh, good to see you, Mike. How you feeling? It's 199. Guess what happens tomorrow?
200?
Episode 200, my friends, which means Mike and I, this whole show is about give back. This whole show, Fuel for Success, is literally a give back. It's Mike and I saying every single day we're going to give 30 minutes of our time to empower people, encourage people, coach people, motivate people, hang out with people. We got live viewers here with us today, Q&Aing with us, sharing with us, chatting with us. And
That's right.
You got our undivided attention for 30 minutes every single day, Monday through Friday. Anybody can come over here in our chat box, talk to us, ask us questions. And tomorrow, we're going to just give things away tomorrow. Just as a way to celebrate episode 200, to kind of keep the spirit of the show alive. It's going to be a give back day tomorrow. We're going to give some things. We're definitely going to give away a NutriBullet, a couple copies of some books, maybe some coaching packages from both of us. So looking forward to that, man.
That'll be exciting. We're going to have a great time, so you definitely don't want to miss. You want to be there live. It's going to be amazing. Tommy, I like the input. Energy drinks destroyed someone's stomach. His doctor told him he would die if he kept drinking them. I believe that. Stuff's,
You want me to go deeper in that? And I thank you for saying that, Tommy, because I know people probably thought I was wacko. But I spoke in a church on Sunday where a 17-year-old girl had cancer. Number one reason she had cancer and almost died at the age of 17 was an overconsumption of energy drinks. Yes, sir.
Wow.
It is true. Number one reason, the doctor said, was because of an overconsumption of energy drinks. I'm like, I almost want to rip them out of stores when I see them. And when I see people buy them, don't you wish that like you could stand in line and just like take it out of their, imagine like they set everything down and you like hurry up, sneak and pull the energy drink away and hide it behind your back. Or just take it out of their hand. Be like, you know what, I'll take this from you. You don't need this.
I would like walking out the door with my daughter this morning on the way to school, and she's got a can of Mountain Dew in her hand. I'm like, whoa. Well, we worked out together last night. I'm like, you did 30 minutes of cardio last night and all your ab work and all that, and this morning you're drinking 200 calories of high fructose rat poison? Are you kidding me? And she's like...
I'd love to know what her response was. Typical teenager. What was her response?
She went...
Back off, Dad.
That was her response.
Well, I do that to Caleb all the time, man. If he, you know... I don't want to say that on live air, but when he comes back from his mom's, they might go through McDonald's, and I'll always test him. Almost the first thing after I love all over him is, all right, what'd you eat? What'd you drink? How much ice cream did you have? He's like, Dad, are you kidding? I'm like, yes, I'm serious. But anyways, this is not our health show, Mike. Let's get off the health subject.
Get off that.
People think that we're fanatics about health. God forbid we should be labeled as health nuts. I can think of worse things I'd rather be labeled as than a health nut. Thanks for hurting my feelings. I've just gone through 3 weeks of therapy because everybody's calling me a health nut.
Hey, you know what? We got 5 days of Fuel for Success. I want to be known as a fanatic in all 5 of those.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
I want to be a health and weight loss fanatic. I want to be a life coaching fanatic. I want to be a spiritual fanatic, right? I want to be a business fanatic, and I want to be a relationship fanatic. I want people to go, that guy's off his rocker.
I always tell people all the time, look, if people don't think you're crazy, then you're not doing it right. Like, you want to succeed, you've got to get out of the box, out of it. I'm talking like beyond the norm. You can do nothing average. The only thing you can do average, my friend, is sleep. That's it. Everything else has got to be way above and beyond. And even your sleep's got to be above average.
That's right. Al wants us to use freak instead of fanatic.
Oh, let me say this, because this is our life coaching and motivation day. Always be a pusher of the next level. Always be the type of person that is not satisfied. Okay to be grateful, not okay to be satisfied. There's your quote for the day. I'm grateful, but I'm not satisfied. And when you live that way, and you live with the feeling like, I can do better, and you're always pushing yourself. See, whenever you have low standards, you're getting ready to face a crisis of mediocrity. And you're going to go into a rut, and you're going to collapse in apathy and just dullness. Have you ever met boring people that are dull? Friends. Don't be boring and don't be dull. Don't let any part of your life be boring. Nothing.
I agree. Hey, so today we're going to talk a little bit about energy, some motivational topics. I want to remind everyone, you already did, but I just want to double remind them, because this is a live show. You get to interact. Q&A, right? You have access right now to pick our brains. Ask us questions. Whatever you want to know. So,
if any of my mentors offered this 30 minutes a day, I would be on that show every morning asking questions. If any of them. Anybody that I respected or idolized, I don't hate to use the word idolized, but you know what I mean by that.
Right.
Anybody that was like that, I would, imagine some of our heroes, Mike, that you and I study. Imagine if they did a 30-minute talk show where anybody could ask questions for 30 minutes. I would be blowing it up.
Yeah. Imagine Marcus Lemonis on here for 30 minutes. I'd be like, hey, let me ask you a question.
Oh my God, they would like literally be like, the other viewers would be like, can someone please like back this mathematics guy off? I would be going crazy on there asking question after question. Let's put it to you this way. He would know who I am. He will one day, but he would know sooner if he had a show. So Marcus, if you're watching, thanks for taking time. Come on, let's do a 30-minute show for us, baby.
Let's get him on. That's what we should do. Let's work on that. Hey, Karen wants to know when we're announcing the new business. We don't have an announcement date yet. We'll let you know. What?
No. Next Monday. Let's announce it next month. Let's announce it on our Health and Weight Loss Day, because the new business is centered around health and weight loss.
Very good. We'll do that then. So Monday. And Hannah, your peppermint tea is dull and boring. I would say spice that up with some ginger.
Coconut oil, ginger.
I don't know, peppermint tea with ginger? Maybe not. What?
Cayenne pepper.
Oh, cayenne pepper is always good. Hey, so anyway, 4 ways you can ask questions. Live, clicky over on the clicky down below. By the way, if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe right now. I'm not doing anything until you subscribe. Okay, thanks.
We're done. We will never do another show until you subscribe to our YouTube channel.
So, you can also text us at 727-341-5599, or you can email mike@mathematics.com and send those questions in. We'll get to them as quickly as we can. If you need to write a letter, get an email. And so, Matt, let's talk about trains. No, just...
Yeah, they're definitely around this morning. Can you hear them out here?
Yeah. Here's an interesting
Tomorrow,
question.
remind me on our spirituality show to remind me to tell you what I spoke about Sunday morning at church, about my 3-day retreat in the cabins in the middle of the woods with no electricity, phones, nothing. Remind me to tell you about that tomorrow.
Okay. making a note. Tommy's asking, is it normal to be anxious about getting a haircut? And what could be causing someone to be nervous about doing normal tasks? That's an interesting question. What are your thoughts
That's actually
on that?
a good question. You know, Tommy, I mean, I'd have to know a little bit more about anxious. Like, I'm anxious, meaning I do not like to wait because I am a freak. One thing I am a freak about, it's time. So you'll never catch me like if they say in a restaurant, hey, it's going to be a 45-minute wait. I will go wash my car. I'll gas it up. I will run to the bank. I'll like run errands while I'm waiting and then get back around 45 minutes later. Like, I'm never the kind of person that just has blank time. So if I go in to get a haircut and they say, oh, it's going to be a 30-minute wait, I said, so you're telling me like 30 minutes, like a real 30 minutes. Yes, I'm not just going to sit in the barber shop like this, right? And I'm sure not going to be reading no stupid magazine unless it's like a success magazine. So I always have a book with me. I always have my iPad. I'll return calls, return texts, return emails, go get groceries. Like where I get my haircuts right next to the grocery store. Can't tell you how many times that they've told me I had to wait, even though I make an appointment. Hello, what's wrong with people nowadays? Like you go to the doctor and you say, they have a 1 o'clock appointment. You get there at like 12:45. You check in, say it'll be a few minutes. Just have a seat, fill this out. Like 1:30, 2 o'clock. Oh, I'm sorry, we're a little backed up. What if like we had a 1 o'clock appointment at the doctor's office and we showed up at 2? So I'm sorry, my day's been a little backed up. Like, I don't care if you're a doctor or not. Get good at appointment setting. Now, I'm going to give a little more grace to doctors because I do understand things happen. So, a little more forgiveness for doctors, a lot less forgiveness for salons. Don't tell me that I have a 1:30 appointment and then not get to me till 2:15. I should charge you for that. My time is gold. Yes, I'm that insane about it. So, to answer your question, Tommy, I don't know if I'm the right one about anxious. And it's not that I'm anxious because I'm, like a spaz. I'm anxious because I'm going to die one day. And I'm not going to miss life. And I'm not going to waste valuable time. To me, I believe people that protect their time live longer because it's all about stewardship. But anyways, to answer your question, I need a little more info, Mike. Can you give me some more info about what it means by anxious? Or getting nervous about everyday normal tasks. Maybe I totally missed it there.
That was great input, and I don't think you answered his question, but it doesn't mean that it wasn't a good answer.
It was good, helpful information, right?
It was great information. That was some great content.
Here's what I would have to say. If you're anxious about everyday tasks such as, making your kid peanut butter toast or brushing your teeth, or vacuuming the floor, or starting the car. If starting the car makes you anxious, then yes, you need more meditation, you need yoga, you need the beach, you need the mountains, you need naps, you need massages, you need something to relax you. There's the answer. How's that, Mike? Was it better?
Yeah. I actually used to hate getting my hair cut back 15 years ago, and I actually had long hair because I didn't like to get my hair cut. And I don't know that I was nervous about it. I just didn't like the process. I don't know, something about it. I'm like, you know what it was? I didn't know how to answer the questions. I'm like, I don't know, just cut my hair. I don't care. Make it shorter. See how it's long now? Make it shorter.
I totally see you doing that. Yeah, just like his in the magazine. Or that guy that just walked out, do it like his. It doesn't matter.
No, I don't even.
In fact, just do whatever you want.
Yeah, that's what I used to do. I'm like, I don't know, whatever you think. What do you think? What? I don't know. Cut it. Make it short.
I was in a restaurant with Mike, real live story. I was in a restaurant with him. We were eating, okay? The waiter walks up to take all of our orders. Mike closes his eyes with the menu open and just points and says, lifts his finger and says, whatever that is. I'm like, dude, there's no humanly way possible I could do that. And he did it, and he liked it.
It was fun. I'm like, I'll eat anything on any menu in any restaurant. It doesn't matter. Put it in front of me, I'll eat it. Unless, of course, I'm being healthy. So,
yeah, of course.
Hey,
being healthy, basically. If you're being healthy, you just hand the menu back and say, I'm sorry, I have to go somewhere else.
Especially since it was a Mexican restaurant at the time. Brent, I'm going to grab your question, put it in the queue. We're going to get to it in just a little bit because I want to open with a question that's related to energy and Matt may answer this, or we may cover it along the way. But let me ask you this, and I know that you get this question all the time. And so I'm just going to ask it here on the show, and we'll clip it out, and you can carry it with you on your phone. And when people ask you, you can just play it. Where do you get your energy?
Boy, if I had $1 for every time I was asked that question, I'd be a multi-millionaire. My energy is 1,000,000,000% all natural. All natural. I get my energy from many different sources. Number one, God. Totally is the number one source of my energy. I mean, listen, friends, when you connect with God, it should make you come alive, because God is he's amazing. Number two is gratitude. Gratitude is my life's path, and that always gives me insane good energy. Number three is my juicing, my lifestyle of juicing and exercise. Number four is positive thinking. I get my energy because my thoughts are literally about 99.9% of the time positive. And I mean that. I'm talking even when bad times come, I still have a way of pushing through them and getting back to positivity. Number five is I enjoy life. Like, I literally enjoy it. I enjoy the small things. I appreciate life. I wake up grateful for another day. I mean, I do. I sometimes just bust out doing cartwheels just out of the middle of nowhere because I'm so excited about living life. I'm so grateful for my son, Caleb. You talk about an energizer. Caleb always massively increases my energy. Spending time with him is always just such a huge blessing. Hold on just 1 second and I will finish that question.
Okay, good. Not sure what we've got going on here, but that's excellent. Excellent content. God, gratitude, juicing, exercise, positive thinking.
Mike, you're an unbelievable co-producer, co-host, because you just know how to flow in the most random. My randomness is just, Mike just knows. He's like, you know what? You never know when Matt's going to be in the middle of sharing something and just disappear for no reason. But anyways, so back to this real quick. I could literally take Mike is such a... Mike, come back. I'm sorry, man. I could literally teach for 30 minutes about...
Sorry, I had to take care of something real quick. There was a deal.
Anyways, so, my son gives me energy. Nature gives me energy. I have daily practices. I do. I daily meditate. I daily visualize. I don't just meditate. I visualize. I'm into imagination. I really am. I have really good imaginations. I imagine my future. That the fact that I have great friends such as Mike and Carol and many other amazing friends and people. I love people. People energize me. And you know what else gives me energy? I'm living my passion. I'm literally doing what I want to do every day of my life. Literally doing exactly what I want to do. You don't think that's energizing? The fact that I am literally living in the middle of my passion and flow. That's extremely energizing. And then, of course, what gives me energy is, the life that I've lived, the experiences I've had, if you do the things that I just shared, you're going to have jacked up energy. You'll never need coffee or energy drinks or Mountain Dew or energy pills. You really won't. Those things that I just gave you, all of them working together, put you into a vibe and energy and flow that's just unstoppable. It's contagious. You walk into a room and everybody stops what they're doing. Not because you're all that, but you got all that energy.
It's good. Hannah wants to know if 1,000,000,000% is the same as 100%, and no. It's not.
No, Hannah, we go 1,000,000,000% because billion is beyond the norm. We're not going to use 100%. 100% is too average. Anybody can do 100%. I want 1,000,000,000% effort out of you.
There's a lot of truth, especially in what you said about enjoying life. And as someone who's, as your friend, and we hang out together, we do things. one of the things that I've learned that has given me more energy is just to appreciate life more. Appreciate the moments of life. A lot of times we're just, we're looking for like the big event in life, and we miss all the stuff that's happening in between. And life is a journey. It's not a destination. So it's like...
You're right, Mike, and it's the way you live life. I'm not a boring person. Like Mike and I are the same. Like when we go, you can drop us off in any city in America, and I promise you, like I'm the kind of guy, if I have a 2 to 3 hour layover in an airport, I'm jumping in a cab. I'm going somewhere. I'm not just going to sit around the airport and watch the news all day. Are you kidding? You give me a 3 hour layover, I'm grabbing me a cab real quick. Come on, man. Take me downtown. Drop me off. I'll find coffee shops. Take me to a bookstore. Take me to a juice bar. Man, that juice bar I went to yesterday, you talk about energizing. That place was awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Hey, Sonia's asking a question, and Britton's kind of bouncing off it too. Even in the middle of all the wonderful, energizing things, don't you get tired or have a blah day? And if you do, Britton's follow-up question is, what do you do when you do have that blah day?
Mike, maybe you can help me. I mean, I'm sure I have. I'm not trying to sound like some like annoying, like when life throws you lemons make lemonade, something like that. What I do when I have a bad day is I get back to gratitude. I'm good at reprogramming my thoughts and we've talked about this, Mike, putting things in perspective. Yeah. I'm quick. I'm really quick to put things in perspective. I mean, really quick. That's one. Another one is, we're emotional, right? So yeah, we do have bad days. I mean, if something bad happens, but again, no matter what, you've got to have daily practices. See, I've built practices and routines in my life to handle. It's kind of like, what do they call it in the airplane? If the engine goes out or something like that, don't they have like, what is it, Mike? Help me out.
Protocols or procedures?
That, and they also, I think they even have like an automatic engine. Like if the engine goes out, there's like a backup or something like that. Something like that, yeah. But anyways, so in other words, you got an autopilot. There you go. I don't know. Maybe it's not autopilot. I just blew it. But anyways, bad analogy. I need Mike for my analogies here. Just positive attitude. Listen, guys, positive attitude. No offense. So when I'm having a bad day, I'm saying to myself, hey, I'm living life. This is life right here. This is it. This is the game. This is part of the game. It's like,
right.
My son was in a championship game on Sunday afternoon against their rivals. The game went into extra innings, like 3 extra innings overtime. And he was up with runners on first and second, and a base hit would have won the game. And he hit it hard, but he grounded out to third. And he was obviously devastated. I'm like, man, Caleb, listen, of course that's disappointing, but dude, you were in the game, man. You were playing like you're alive. You live in America, man. That's part of the game. There's going to be ups and downs. So when you view life and most people live life in this fantasy that everything's going to be perfect and everything's going to be easy. I don't view it that way. I know there's going to be setbacks and trials and problems and difficulties. You've got to learn to just embrace part of the game and love it, the good, the bad, the ugly. I don't know, Mike, what about you? I know Mike doesn't get rattled. I've watched Mike in some of the most intensely pressured situations, and you don't get rattled at all. How do you?
No. Well, so here's my overall concept of life. First of all, I love the analogy of the game, and I think I said it last Thursday too. You got to love the game. Life's not a destination; it's a journey. So love the game, love the journey, love every moment of it, right? Because even the low energy days and the blah days and the stuff that doesn't go right, when you drop your daughter off at school in the morning and the principal comes out to have a little impromptu convo with you, it's not expected, right? Might make you late for your show, that sort of thing. But hey, that's life. You roll with it. And so, may have happened to me this morning. And so the way I look at it is first of all, I love the game. I love life. I love everything about it. And the other thing is I don't get too focused on like right now. If you, I may have used this analogy before, and I wish I could like bust a whiteboard out right here. But if you look at like if you're looking at stock markets to invest, you're looking for trends, right? Stocks will go up and down, and they'll have variations day to day, week to week. They may be up $3, down $4, up $4, down $3, and they just sort of bounce around. But if you look at the overall trend, you're looking for an upward slope. And so I'm looking at, when I have a bad day, I'm thinking about a week from now, a month from now, a year from now. And I'm like, the stuff that I'm doing that may like sort of drain my energy right now, I'm pouring in energy, I'm pouring in resources, I'm pouring in my time into something that's going to yield later. And I have this long-term perspective that, hey, a year from now, this is going to pay off big. It may not be optimal right now, but it's going to be great.
You know what, Mike, and a lot of it too, and that what you said was so good about, I love what you said about, looking more towards the future, and I believe in that. I believe in that as a practice, and not understanding that pain is temporary. The setback, I even have a good perspective about death. I really do. I'm not the type that would probably lose my mind over someone close to me dying, because I understand everyone's going to die. I live with that understanding. I also live with the understanding that anybody that knows me, I'm a deep quality relationship type person. I'm more deep than wide. Even though I know a lot of people, I go deep with a few and my family and friends and whatnot. I'm all about cherishing the moment. I'm talking about cherishing everything that I can get. You know what I'm saying? And trying not to live with regrets. Trying to minimize all the regrets in life. Live in the moment and really cherish like each situation. Like, I was at my nephew's wedding Saturday. And, I just stood back for a minute and I looked at all my family and I just smiled. It was a moment for me. It was embracing the moment. You know how we get so busy, we rarely embrace the moment. And so I just stood back and I just smiled. I literally got a tear in my eye. I just smiled. I looked at every one of my family members. And I do that a lot, capturing the moments. Whether it's, even like last night, I was coming out of Barnes and Nobles and it was raining. And I literally stopped. Usually I'm running to the car and I stopped for a minute. And I let myself get wet. Because I was taking in the moment of the rain of like, I'm living this thing called life. I'm alive, man. One day I'm going to be dead. Like all of you, I love you. You're going to be dead one day. A lot of it, Mike, is a lot of the people, I know people that they live from crises to crises. Every little problem to them is a crisis. Problems to me are not crises. Because I appreciate problems because of what they're going to make me. Because I've seen it happen through my life. Right. And the last thing I would say is like, just not literally not sweating the small stuff. Like I've had people like pour their heart out to me about problems and I'm not minimizing their problems, but I'm listening and I'm like, wow, this got you this down? Really?
Yeah, exactly, Britton. Problems are opportunities for growth and advancement. I couldn't agree with that more. It's fun.
You're loved by Karen.
Yeah. Well, Karen's a peach. She's been very helpful.
I'm not minimizing people's problems, but you got to understand, Mike and I have traveled the world. I've met the people that lost children that had such a positive attitude. I've met people that, they're lived in wheelchairs. I mean, I got an uncle that lives in a wheelchair. He dove in the sea when he was 19 in the Marines, and there was a sandbar that he didn't see, dove off this cliff, and broke his neck. And probably has the most positive attitude of anybody in our family. That messes with me, Mike. So when I'm tempted to complain, see, I believe the worst sin in the world to commit is complaining. I really do. If you want to ask me, like you could add up all the sins together and they're not as big as complaining. To me, complaining is the worst sin. And and of course what we've seen in Mission 25, Mike, how can we ever, when we have literally met families living in cars, living in tents, sleeping on the streets, how in the world can I complain? Even like, okay, so my house floods. Okay. have fun, clean it up, embrace the moment, I mean, if you're like, I mean, my friend Mike, he and his wife, their whole place caught on fire. They lost almost everything. I mean, do you think I'm ever going to complain around Mike because maybe I got a rip in my shirt? I'm like I walk by the door and my shirt rips, and all of a sudden I'm on the phone with Mike. Every time I walk by this door, it rips my shirts. Like, I'm not that way. Because then Mike's going to be like, yeah, I lost all my clothes in the fire. All
of them. Yeah. What about occasional need to vent, Matt? Stacy's asking, and there's some conversation regarding that.
Venting is healthy. You just got to vent to the right people. And sometimes I vent on paper. I write out my vintage. I write. You should hear the keyboard when I'm venting. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, yeah, there's friends that you vent to. Of course, absolutely. It's all about being real, right? So I'm not saying I don't vent. I vent. I've called Mike, said, I don't want, this is a vent moment here, friend. I got to get something off. I got to say something. I'll be over it in 30 seconds. I don't know. Mike might walk away like he did on the show. He might put the phone down. I don't know. But at least I got your vent.
But I think one of the keys is that you still maintain that gratitude for life, gratitude God's given you, gratitude for all those things.
Yeah, right. You're so right, Mike. It's not a bitter venting. It's not an ungrateful. Yeah, I'm totally with you, Mike. I honestly believe, like, when you're venting, what are you venting about, right? Are you venting because, it just depends on what you're venting about.
Yeah, really, venting should be like sharing your feelings and just, this is the way I feel about the situation. Here's how it made me feel, whatever. It's not like, I wouldn't go off like Job did or anything like that. So
Job?
Yeah.
Yeah, he went off. He had a moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've come across too many amazing people for me to be a complainer. For me, I feel like if I'm ever going to go to hell, I feel like I would go to hell for complaining because God's been way, way too good to me. And I've been so blessed that for me, complaining would be equal to crime. It would be the worst thing I can do. So honestly, going back, that might keep me in good energy is the fact that rarely will you hear me complain. At least I hope not. If I do, slap me.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, your number 2 answer was gratitude. You said God, then gratitude. So I think, when you maintain that attitude of gratitude, waiting to see if you're going to bust into a rap again. When you maintain that attitude of gratitude, then it's hard to complain.
You want to hear a funny about my rap? I did this in Starbucks yesterday. And I was when I finished the show, everybody was like laughing at me and like, what is this? And I told them all about it. But the lady that works there is a nice, sweet, semi-sweet, elderly lady. And I go up to get a refill on my tea, and she goes, are you going to use that song as your song for your new book? And I said, well, probably not. I was just, trying to throw out ideas. And she goes, well, I was going to make a suggestion if you were going to. And I said, okay, I'm open. She said, don't. I love you. It was so funny.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, she goes, I think you should stick to writing and speaking. She goes, I don't know about rapping for you. I'm like, you know what? You're probably right on that. I think I agree with you. Mike, can I say one last thing?
Yeah, it's our show.
Thank you. Yes, it is our show. You're right. I do not like people that have bad vibes, that are moody, that are irritable. I do not like people that have irritability. I don't. I'm telling you right now, I will not hang out with people that are irritable all the time. People that don't know how to laugh, people that don't know how to keep things light, people that don't have any humor, that are just, they're moody. You met moody people? I know moody people that so irritable. I personally cannot hang out with irritable people because I'm telling you right now, I believe that people that are irritable are the most disgusting people on the planet. It is disgusting, nasty, sickening, deafening to be a moody, irritable person.
Well, that's pretty clear.
Good. There's my venting. See? I just vented on live show.
That's good.
Well, Mike.
Great content. Hey, I'm looking forward to episode 200 tomorrow.
I just can't believe it's 200, Mike. I almost want to cry. Like, this is like 200, man.
Wow.
I'm getting emotional about it. Almost like you would about your 25th wedding anniversary or your 40th birthday.
It is, yeah. We're having a moment here.
Friend, I need you to know up front that I'm turning 40 next September. We got to do something about this. Something fun. I'm not going to be the 40-year-old that's all like, I'm 40. I hold 40 well, baby. Bring 40 on. We got to do some fun stuff at 40. I don't want you're turning old and all that. You can have fun with me on that, but I'm not turning old until I'm about 90. Then you can call me old. But anyways, we love you, Mike. Mike, you're not old. Even though you're a grandpa, you're not old, my friend. Embrace your grandpa-ness.
Yeah. You're rocking this grandpa thing.
All right, dude. You're the cool grandpa. You're going to be the grandpa that's going to be the cool grandpa.
Yeah. Or the crazy grandpa. I'm not sure which. We'll see.
I love you guys. You guys are awesome. We went a little older. Appreciate you so much taking time. I'm all in, Sonia. Let me know. I'm all in. I appreciate you guys taking time to watch live. If you were not able to watch live and you're watching on the archives, we say thank you as well. Mike, I think I saw something yesterday that now there was a glitch in iTunes that wasn't uploading all of our episodes. Now they're all on iTunes, correct? Okay, so thank you, Mike.
Correct.
He works hard. Mike, shout out to Mike, y'all. Mike works hard on Fuel for Success behind the scenes. There's a lot of pre- and post-production and a lot of details with the YouTube channel, the website, iTunes. He probably gives another 90 minutes a day to this show. So kudos to Mike, y'all, behind the scenes. Well, Brandy, you're in good shape because you're a juicer, so you're going to embrace 40 well. Brandy's a good juicer, Mike. She's on fire with it, man, doing an awesome job. Of course, she does have America's #1 life coach working on her behalf, so that helps. But anyways, hey, Mike, all of you that are watching right now, go to iTunes and subscribe to our podcast, because every time we do an episode, it'll pop up on your cell phone or your iPod. So we love you guys. We've got 199 episodes. Tomorrow's a big celebration. Tell your friends and family to join us. We're looking forward to seeing you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Karen, shoot me an email about the technical specs on that, and I'll see what I can do. So, God bless you all. We'll see you tomorrow, and rock your Tuesday.
Rock it.